everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a character analysis. If you haven't checked out the first one, the first one's about Nick, I highly recommend you do. It's in the iCard above. Before the video begins though, I have a few things to be noted. Note that none of this is hate towards All Nation cartoons. The series itself is incredible. The animation, the crew, all amazing. This is just my personal opinion and view on one of the characters they've created. I also tried to fix a few parts of her character within the video, so it's also part of a rewrite. You'll see that later though. Also, I apologize for the delay on this video, and a thank you to Total Drama Joseph 146 for all the Riya scenes in the Disventure camp video. That saved me so much time. You don't even know. Without further delay though, into the video. This video will be sectioned into parts. We're going to have pre-merge Riya, which it's self-explanatory. We'll go over Riya in the pre-merge, not evil merge Riya. Self-explanatory Riya before she became evil and merge, and evil Riya, which will be focused on the most. Let's get into pre-merge Riya.
Hi, I'm Riya. I have been a Bollywood actress. I came to the United States 3 years ago to continue my career and get better roles.
We start by learning about Riya herself, how she's a failed actress from India, coming over to the USA in order to pursue her dreams of becoming one. This is a very interesting setup for a character. You could easily make them a winner or a villain, giving Riya definitely the most potential in the cast in my opinion, but I don't think they executed her as well as they could have. More on that later. She comes with Connor and they have really good interactions. Although I would have definitely liked to see more interaction between the two, I understand he had to leave in that episode for her and other arcs to continue. I've also heard there was a deleted scene that Connor sacrifices after Riya got out, but that was scrapped for time. Make sure you take this info with a grain of salt though, as I've only seen it in a comment. I personally think it would have been a nice thing to see and would ultimately make the Connor Riya fallout scene a lot more emotional, since Connor is really the only reason she's there when you really think about it. Moving on though, she then switches Yulon to the other team, bringing Rosa and Maria over, and the two form a nice bond which could continue to the merge. Pre-merge Riya is mostly about establishing her character a bit, connections, dynamics, her motivations, making her likable and sympathetic. I think this is a decently smart move writing-wise, as when you develop Riya's personality beforehand, you can understand better why she becomes evil later on. Now, I don't really know where to put this info in the video, but I just really want to say it because it really adds to Riya as like a villain and everything else. Riya is responsible for pretty much every elimination this season, directly or indirectly. And I know this seems insane when you really first hear it, but think about it. Oliver was eliminated because he couldn't finish the challenge, but who was he against? Riya. If Riya didn't complete the challenge, yeah, she probably would have been eliminated. But if she didn't, Oliver wouldn't have been eliminated, would he? Carol was probably one of the only people she didn't cause, nor when she returned, because that was Asian and James felt majorly. So, I guess she gets left out in this. Kai, kinda, Riya had tried to convince the others to save him. She made up, but personally, I don't really think she had anything to do with this. Connor is her direct fault. Even if she doesn't really mean to, because Connor quit to really save her. Meaning, if Riya was basically rude to Connor, Connor wouldn't have been eliminated. Most likely because he probably would have chosen to quit for Riya. Maggie is also her fault. Because let's be real, if Riya had not pulled that swap with Yule, then Rosa, Lake, and Maggie would have, and Aiden maybe, would have voted off James, and she would have been completely fine, but no. Yule is again also her fault. Yule got swap screwed, whether you want to believe it or not. He had a decent alliance, and yeah, he could have been screwed if they lost twice, but they didn't. They won every round till merge after Yule got swapped. So Riya is indirectly the main cause for Yule's elimination. Tess is her fault, because if she flipped to the other side, she could hide it, or rather, she could have convinced Lake and Rosa to team up with the trio instead of the two, only kinda though. Lake is confirmed to be her fault completely. If she had told Rosa, then she would have been fine, but no, she let Lake leave, which to me is still one of her smartest moves. Going more into depth on that later though. Allie is again her fault. If she flipped to Hunter and Allie's side and ditched her alliance, which yeah, it would have been stupid, but still point. She could have saved Allie in a tiebreaker. But if she really wanted to keep Allie, she could have convinced Rosa from some lies to keep her. Which, yeah, would also be stupid, but it would work. Rosa and Maria and Hunter, we all know it's her fault, so we're just gonna. Aiden is also her fault, because I think if she didn't force him off a cliff and leave him to basically just die, I think he could have eventually gotten the courage to jump. So this means 12 out of the 14 eliminations, not including her own, 2 of them are her fault. Just let that sink in for a second. Anyway, the main reason I wanted to add this is I think it's a main reason why Riya works. Not only is it a good part of her build-up if you catch on, it took two rewatches to catch on for me personally. It works so well to prove her as a threat throughout. It's so clever to me, one of the best executed things she's managed to be a part of. We got off track, oh my goodness. Let's just go and start the before evil merge section of Riya.
Hi, I'm Riya. I have been a Bollywood actress. I came to the United States 3 years ago to continue my career and get better roles.
So this section is basically her development, and I'm gonna start this up by saying it could have been better. I think a bit more clues leading towards her evilness, quote unquote, could have been brought as a little bit more development, so it doesn't feel like a 180 personality switch, because the Riya we've come to know wouldn't do this, at least from what I've seen. There's some clues, and I'm not saying there's none, but I just think a little bit more development would have made Riya so good, and I think that would help Riya have less haters, because she has a lot of them. Moving on though, this is when she was the smartest mind, because these moves were decently rational, were again smart, and helped her in several ways that without these moves she wouldn't be in the game, still be in the game in my eyes. It's unclear who thought of allying with Aiden and James, but I'm guessing it's Link or Riya, or they might have just came to the same agreement, but that was very smart of everyone involved, including Riya, because that kind of saved them, since Aiden and James were the deciding votes. Riya voting Lake was one of, if not her smartest move. She didn't technically vote off Lake, but she's the reason why she went home, as stated earlier. Not only does that make Rosa to only you, but you can manipulate her as well. She has the totem which you can use at any point, because now Lake isn't here to use it for any other purpose. This was a genius blindside by Riya, and one of the reasons why she worked. Her getting on Carol's good side in a sense was smart, but also especially since she's allied with James and Aiden, which she could portray for Allie and Hunter, but is that really the smarter move? And especially since Hunter and Allie are stronger in challenges, and the two duos seem close equally, so Hunter won every merge immunity until he got eliminated too. So I guess that could be debatable whether that was smart or not, but getting on anyone's good side is a good thing, so eliminating Allie was a decent move because it destroys the security that Hunter might still have for some reason. Plus, she was a decently strong competitor, and it continues her alliance. So yeah, that works. So to summarize, she played a good game here. Although I do think more development is needed, I think it has enough to work if you consideration she's responsible for most eliminations, which, again, I didn't until 2 rewatches. Now I want to evil Riya.
Hi, I'm Riya. I have been a Bollywood actress. I came to the United States 3 years ago to continue my career and get better roles.
We start off at episode 10. Now we're gonna go over my issues with Evil Riya because I do have a few. First one, why didn't she frame James before you think Rosa had the totem? Rosa trusted Riya with it completely. I'm sure if Riya was ever in danger, Rosa would use it and save her. So let's say she framed James. That's so much smarter than Rosa. First off, Rosa is her closest ally. She'll literally do anything to help Riya. That's how she is. If she framed James, she could easily get a 4-on-1 on him. Why? Because we've been proved time and time again, Aiden won't believe any accusations against James. Literally any. So Riya could steal something like Aiden's teddy bear and make it seem James stole it from him. It could be revealed why it's important, I don't know. But then James goes, you not only have eliminated someone from a strong duo, but you now have complete control over this game. Final four, Aiden wins immunity, and you would easily keep him on your side. Say Aiden and Hunter did team up, on the very off chance they do, and voted one of Rosa or Riya. Riya could get Rosa to use the totem on the person who was voted! Final three, Rosa would do anything to help the two make finale together and beat Aiden as much as they like him as a person. That seems so much smarter than taking out your closest ally. I just don't understand. Let's just get back to episode 10 though. Riya betrays Rosa still on the totem, getting her out in the process. I don't agree with the move for stated reasons above, but it worked and she secured a spot in the final four. But the position she put herself into, this was the absolute best thing she could do. Make everyone hate you so you can get basically whoever you want, and that's pretty genius to me. Destroying James and Aiden, which is a smart move as much as that hurt my heart. Although I do think getting one of them out is the better move. Maybe this works as well since Aiden is the most naive person you'll ever meet. Now we move on to the finale, which is episodes 12 and 13. I'm gonna count them together, so yeah. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for the finale completely destroying Riya's character, I don't even know if I would make this video. But she was destroyed in the finale, and I'm making this video right now, so let's go on to finale Riya.
Hi, I'm Riya. I have been a Bollywood actress. I came to the United States 3 years ago to continue my career and get better roles.
Finale Riya isn't the Riya we've come to know. Although I can defend when people say there was a 180 change to evil Riya, I can't defend this, because this is a complete 180 change. I think we should start with the downhill spiral beginning. Her trying to, kill Aiden? Earlier episode, Riya was fine, she had a little bit, and that can pass for me. She had a little bit more evil, but But what? Why would she leave him hanging? Yeah, Riya's evil, yeah, but she got some morals still in there. She's not willing to leave someone to just die. Evil Riya would help move on and not leave him there. Why? And when did this change happen? There's no build up to it at all, and it just doesn't work. And I understand they wanted Aiden to hang so James could save him, and woohoo, they make up. My heart beats. And it still could have happened. Let me propose my rewrite. Episode 12 ends with Riya shocked that Aiden is hanging. Aiden says he can't hold on while Link is worried. Episode 13 would begin with Riya helping Aiden up, looking at him with a glare, and just moving on. Puzzled and shocked, Aiden wouldn't have the time, as James would climb up screaming if Aiden was alright. Once he saw Aiden on the cliff, James would run to him and make sure he was alright, and the entire scene would happen. Riya would look back at them walls in a bow and immediately continue on her way. But she would give them a look of jealousy, because she realized she slightly missed Rosa and Connor, her friends, and if she's considered, I don't know if they were ever friends. They had so little interactions that I just never figured out if they were or not. But continuing, I think with that, it could work a lot better in the finale's context. So now that we fixed the first issue with Finale Riya, there's more! Because of course there's more! Why would Riya turn into a crybaby? What? The only scene we get her is regretting what she's done after she's fully turned evil was the beginning of episode 12. But that's not nearly enough needed development for this. Plus, she was only staying underwater for a few moments. They never give the time frame, but I think it's 30 minutes. I could be wrong here, but meh. And then she never said she was afraid of going underwater at any point during the series. If they had mentioned this earlier, maybe it would have been fine, but it just makes no sense. My guess is they wanted to give her a redemption arc really fast, and they only got a finale to do it. When I say finale, they got one episode. And the one episode, I think the finale, episode 13 itself was only 16 minutes. That's not long enough to give Riya her needed redemption arc. I understand why they wanted to redeem this girl, but why was this the way? So let me give you my rewrite again. So we're gonna be adding on to my first rewrite. Okay. In the previous episodes, add her feeling of regret for every evil thing she does. Yeah, we're flashing back because we need flashbacks. We need to build up to this. For instance, when she exposes James to Aiden, and the confessional she has afterwards, you can add her feeling a little bit of regret for destroying James and Aiden's relationship. Let this regret increase constantly to the finale. This serves a lot as better build-up because she's continuing to feel more and more regret, and that is the perfect build-up so she can have her ultimate breakdown later. Now, let's go back to the finale. In this, she'll complete the challenge without crying because we don't want crybaby Riya. And without the Rosa interaction. She just completed, and then James and Riya would come. You see her, instead of getting good job Carol, she'd look back regretfully at James and then continue. And then Link would shoot her down like in the original, James would win, and Aiden would embrace like in the original. Walking to the end, Riya would shed tears, breaking down after everything, all the stress, all the regret she has built up over the time. It wouldn't be too much, but it would just be enough, because Connor would run up to her after seeing this, but Riya would quickly wipe away her tears and say, I'm sorry to him. And Rosa as well. Yep, she's here now. She did the magic teleporting trick. Woohoo. They both say it'll take them time, but they can all start somewhere. Then they'd all hug, and I think that'd be adorable, and that would serve perfectly as just a perfect way to finish. I hope I did her character justice, because, man, that reborn was not easy. But another thing I wanted to say is if they are doing an all-star season, which it was never confirmed if they are right now or not, if they do, that segues into a perfect arc where you can have her finish her redemption arc with Rosa, since I think Rosa is going to be an all-stars, and then you can fix that. You can fix that relationship over the episodes, and that gives Riya the redemption arc she really needs. This is just a base. Anyway, we're going to end on the conclusion now, since I think I've stated everything I really needed to say.
Hi, I'm Riya. I have been a Bollywood actress. I came to the United States 3 years ago to continue my career and get better roles.
Welcome to the conclusion. In the end, Riya and both worked in some aspects while failing in others, making her a character you can be very mixed on opinion-wise, because there are so many Riya haters and there are so many Riya lovers. It is such a division in this community that I cannot believe it right now. Anyways, let's go on to the way she worked. The way she worked are her potential. This character easily had the most potential this season, and one of the highest, because The possibilities and the potential of her character just really help her, and it's just so unlimited. I've seen it. It's just the arc itself. The arc of someone turning evil because it's the only way they think they can win, they can be someone. It's such an interesting idea. And even though the execution just wasn't that good, it worked well enough. For me, anyway. The character itself. And yeah, this is definitely a debated topic. The character, in my opinion, is my next point. Although she did pretty much nothing rather than make some friends, she was wholesome and I did really like her. I also liked Evil Riya, as long as it's not finale Evil Riya. They get separated. But if you like this character, this arc will work a lot more. So I think the character's likability definitely plays a role in if an arc can succeed or not. Alright, the way she failed. Her execution. Her execution was not that good. I'm sorry, but she's better written in several aspects. I know for a fact that she would not have as much haters as she does. Because, man, this girl has the most haters I think I've seen. Her build-up. I did briefly say this in a previous reason, but the main reason why she failed. When I've seen people say why they dislike Riya, a main reason is they say because she has a 180 change, which in my opinion translates to not enough build-up for this. It's an issue throughout Riya's arc, and yes, she had to build it. I'm gonna repeat myself here. I'm not saying there's none. There is some. But there definitely needs to be more. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to really say on Riya's character as a thing. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I actually would love to hear your opinions on Riya as a character in the comments. I just really find it interesting to read your comments and just opinions on Disventure Camp, really anything. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next video. Bye!